And boom, monkeys, we are live. Welcome back to the Crypto Boogie channel. I'm glad to be back today, monkeys. I got to talk to Twinkster, see if we're going to have a stream on Sunday. I know you monkeys are loving the freaking Take Profits course that Miguel and Charlie have been freaking pulling up, dude. I got to say, man, that shit is off the chain, bro. That Take Profits course, bro, the way they fucking talk about shit, the way Mike TA on Chain explains things, bro, dude, definitely some much needed knowledge, bro, for the upcoming top of the bull run. Now, I do have a certain time zone. And mind you, I do have a certain ballpark time zone as to when the top of the bull run is. Remind me, monkeys, to show you while I'm on the Bitcoin chart. In the meantime, let me shout out the first moon ganger in the chat, man. Brandon Cypher, what's going on, amigo? Shout out to you, bro. We got Damien, mother frickin' Fire and Diamonds. Hexus, ¿qué pasó, amigo? How you doing, bro? Love that fucking Robin fucking NFT you got on there with the Hex goggles, bro. Smooth Brain, what's going on, amigo? And then Large and in Charge. ¿Qué pasó, Ato? How's everything going with you, homie? Crypto Toad, what's up, man? What's going on? Freaking Yo Facts, bro. DCC and CC and Mike holding it down. Yeah, bro. That course is freaking fire, bro. It is definitely some fire, man. A lot of shit's been going down. Of course, you monkeys know what happened with fucking Jerome Powell as of recent, bro, which is a bunch of BS. I do think this cat's doing it out of spite, man. One of the things that pissed me off, man, after he recently had his FOMC meeting is they asked him about the September possible rate cuts, and he said, we're not even looking into that right now. He sounded completely hawkish about it. And I remember checking out the FOMC watch tool. There was like a 97, 98% chance we weren't going to get a rate cut on the 30th of July, which was yesterday, bro. And that was expected. But if you look at the FOMC watch tool, it actually indicated that for September, there was actually a 56% chance of a rate cut. Well, after his little fucking remark that he did after his freaking news conference, the FOMC watch tool freaking reset a little bit more. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about, man. Check this out. Now, this is for September, bro. This was actually at 0 to 4.25 was actually at about 53% or 56%. Now it's at a 41% and it's at a 58. Yesterday, this was at a 52, man. So we're likely not going to get another rate cut, bro. And this motherfucker's doing it out of spite, man. But if we go over to October, it's evident that they do want to give us a little bit of a rate cut, man. But I got a feeling, man, he's probably going to hold his fucking feet down. He's not going to fucking let anything happen, dude. So this motherfucker is what's holding us back. And I think that's what's holding back the altcoin market as well, man. A lot of the altcoin market was expected to start running around September. The reason being that we were expected to get a little bit of a rate cut. Bear with me, monkeys. Un segundo, por favor. It's saying that there's a 42% chance, bro. So let's see which way we end up going with this shit. I'm hoping that we do end up getting a little bit of a rate cut, if anything, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Shout out to you, freaking Fast Abdul. I'm here for the tech, man. Hey, well, it's a good thing. Now, what tokens am I going to cover today, monkeys? I am going to cover a little bit of Pulse Chain. No, not Pulse Chain. I'm going to cover Hex because Hex dictates which way the RH coins go. I'm also going to check out a little bit of freaking doggone. What do we have on the charts, man? We have Hex. We have Solana. No, we have Hex, Sonic, ETH, and Bitcoin. But first, I wanted to show you a little fucking. Let's see, stop screen. Let me show you this shit, which is pretty intriguing. Mags posted this up, bro. And Bitcoin, just a matter of time before the price goes vertical. And he's not lying, man. Of course, he's also indicating the same thing I showed you, monkeys, about a couple of weeks ago on Tacos and Kimchi, bro. We're getting a little bit of a fucking inverse head and shoulders, bro. And like I said, we're already retesting that shit to go to the upside. But let's move forward to the Bitcoin chart so I can show you monkeys what I'm seeing as far as what we're going. Some interesting fucking candles did end up popping up today. And I wanted to show you monkeys that shit. Check this shit out. Now, this is currently the Bitcoin chart. What was intriguing, I was telling a lot of my homies, man, that it didn't seem like Bitcoin was going to continue pumping to the upside, at least not for now. Now, there's two theories as to which 60-day cycle we're on. Let me remove this shit. But there is two theories, man. The original theory is that this was a cycle low on day 58 on June 5th. And then, of course, we ended up having that freaking Iran attack with Israel, the beef that they had going. So we kind of like discounted that a little bit, and we continued with our freaking count, or else this would be like a day 70 or some shit like that, man. But with that stated, it could be that the 60-day cycle is in if this count is correct at about 57 days, because check this out. We did end up getting a cycle low today from what we're seeing on the current chart, bro. We're getting a little bit of a rounding top. Now, you do see these two blocks over here. The bigger block is the fair value. The bigger block, let me see which one's this one. The bigger block is a fair value gap, and then the smaller block is also a fair value gap on the daily. One's on the weekly and one's on the daily. What that stated, usually when you end up getting two fair value gaps like that, it becomes very magnetic for the market to head in that direction. And I was expecting Bitcoin to dive in here. Now, the question is, will it continue diving in there, bro? That's the real question. Now, if you look at my awesome oscillator down here at the bottom, let me go and make this larger for you cats that are driving trucks and shit like that. Freaking, I know we got Fit Trucker out there and we got freaking Tex-Mex, man. Dude, trucking's a hard-ass job, man. So shout out to you cats, bro. Definitely shout out to you monkeys for fucking doing that shit. Here we go. And if you look at the awesome oscillator, whenever you get 3 bars in the same direction, you start getting a little bit of a trend, man. And it doesn't seem like this is tired out yet. So I kind of knew we weren't going to pump a little bit because this was trending in a downwards direction. And it kind of indicates the same thing over here. Now, I had told you monkeys, let me take this off for now. I had mentioned to you monkeys that I have a guesstimation when the Bitcoin cycle top could be in. And I'm hoping I'm wrong. And mind you, it's still pending more data. So no, I'm not completely saying this could happen, but I'm showing you one of the possibilities of where we could end up going to, man. And it seems like maybe we're about 80 days away. If anything, I'm hoping not, because, dude, I do want the altcoins to run a little bit harder. So let's say it's 80 days away and altcoin season starts in September. If they give us a rate cut, which the FOMC watch tool is indicating we're not going to get a rate cut. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Now, this is the M2 money global, the money supply, the global M2 money supply. And you can see how the market's been trending. And what really caught my fucking attention, bro, is if you look at this line here, bro, right there. Let me bring this down so you guys can see it a little bit clearly, bro. See if we can bring it here in conjunction a little bit. We're kind of like in this area right here, bro. As per what we're seeing with the M2 money supply. Let me make this a little bit more. Bear with me, cats. I'm sorry about that. It's a little bit weird maneuvering this M2 money supply, bro, along with Bitcoin. I want you guys to see it clearly. So we're in this general area right now. This is what it seems where we're at. So if I take this measuring tool from the current time frame that we're at right now to when we hit the cycle top on global M2 money supply, that is 79 days from now. If we're following this pattern, of course, you can see that we're not 110% perfect in the pattern, but nevertheless, we're somewhat following it. And this is what it's indicating. And mind you, M2 money supply is saying that about around ballparking it around day 110 from now, which would be around late November, November 20th, that we're going to start heading down pretty damn hard. But again, this is not promised. This is not guaranteed. But it seems like the top would be in for M2 money supply around Sunday, October 19th, give or take, man. So that's what I'm seeing here. Could it be that's the end of it? Now, mind you, we still got more data to print on the M2 money supply. Could it be? Let me put this on the weekly. Let me take off all these pretty drawings here and put this on the weekly. Could it be that we're facing another incident like this one back here? You know what I'm saying, monkeys? You saw M2 money supply dump pretty damn hard. Could it be that we're heading out for a fucking double top where we kind of somewhat produce an M pattern or somewhat of a fucking unleveled double top before we dump to the downside? And where the fuck did my M2 go? Put it back on the daily. I think it'll pop up if I put it back on the daily. But that could indicate that, monkeys. It could indicate that. I'm not guaranteeing that would happen, but that's what I'm noticing. It could be that that's when the cycle top is in, ballparking or around that time frame. I used to have a chart I used to show you, cats. So if you guys saw some of my my older videos, I did measure. I did end up measuring from the cycle low to the top for every cycle, and I think the first cycle was like 962 days, and the next one was like 1,062, and then the next one 1,067. Ballparking it. On average, it came out to like around October, November when we end up topping out. But then usually that's what we get. So let's see what ends up happening with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you are correct, man. Diamond Degenerate Hands. That M2 dip is in September is nasty. So maybe that's it. If you monkey, I'm hoping that you monkeys that are in that freaking Take Profits course are paying attention, bro, because the data in that course is fucking interesting, man. Now let's go back to the Bitcoin chart. Now going back to the BTC chart, in the immediate time frame, EMA ribbon is bullish, of course, on the daily. It is still somewhat bullish. We are getting a little bit of fanning. We could dip into the fucking EMA ribbon, but nevertheless, we'll probably bounce into this and go back out. That's what I'm expecting. Bill Williams Alligator is going to tell you the same shit, bro, that we're trending to the upside. You can see that it kind of wants to dip a little bit on the daily. Let me take off all my drawings and put this sucker on the weekly. See which way we are. Now, on the weekly, we're super duper bullish. Look at that shit, man. Bill Williams Alligator, along with the fractals, bro, are indicating that, dude, we got a fractal the top side above the red, bro. We're still good. If we activate the Bollinger Bands on the daily, let me take off this fucking Bill Williams Alligator. Same shit, bro. We could still press up over here to 126, no problem. That's not outside of the realm of possibilities. Of course, on the daily, we do need a little bit of dip, but we could even go all the way up here to a fucking 151, give or take, bro. Of course, that would be in a wick, because anytime we get close to that fucking white line, bro, we start fucking pulling back to the downside. Now, we are noticing, and a lot of fucking TA guys, and I don't know where they're getting this data from, man. Maybe I need to do some research on this, but they're saying that when fucking on the daily, bro, you're getting the Bollinger Bands pressing down on you. That could be the end of the bull market. I beg to differ, bro. Like, we've had the same incident here. Look at this shit. You could see that we did have a little bit of a pressing here, and then we dumped to the downside. But historically, that's not uncommon, bro. And over here again, you can see that we got a little bit of a pressing, then we dumped to the downside, which is fine. Now, let me take this off. On average, monkeys, put my drawings all back. On average, when you do get a cycle top, you want to measure 10 to 15%. So at the cycle top here, man, at 123,000, if we measure 10%, that would put us at about $110,000, bro. Is that 10%? Yeah, that is 10%, give or take. 10% is about $110,000. That's how much we could dip. And let me take this sucker off so we could see what fair value gaps are in that zone. And we're at the bottom of this fair value gap down here. If you monkeys can see that shit, way bottom down here. But then again, we could end up going a little bit lower because it goes 10 to 15%. So if we do 12%, that would be way at the bottom of this fair value gap. That still keeps us at about, no, that's still 10%. So 12% would put us at this other fair value gap over here, halfway, and that wouldn't surprise me. And mind you, we do have a shitload of support there. We could end up getting that kind of dip. It's not outside of the realm of possibilities. Again, if Charlie's original count is correct, along with Bob Lucas's count, man, we're at about day number, ¿dónde estamos? We're at about day 57. So we pushed out to about maybe day 63 or 65. That could be within the realm of possibilities. But nevertheless, that may be the cycle low where we're at right now. We could get a little bit more dip. I did mention to the monkeys on the Citadel, and I mentioned it to some of the cats on fucking the Crypto Mindset course and on the Take Profits course, that now would be a good time to fucking start DCAing into Sonic. And I'll show you the charts on Sonic right now. And some of you cats did, and I'm glad you guys did, bro, because I mean, mind you, the dip could still not be over, bro. It still could not be over, but nevertheless, man, let's check out what fucking. You know what? Let's do something fucking fun. Let's go straight to Sonic, and then we'll go to something boring like Ethereum. That way, I keep you guys fucking a little bit focused here, man. I know fucking BTC can be fucking boring as fuck, dude. So bear with me, cats. Let me get the Sonic chart up and going, man. And this is Sonic where we're at right now. I was actually talking to Twinksters, man, and I had told them that we had a little bit of a fucking bear flag or a bearish pennant going. Put this on 3px. You can see that we had a little bit of a fucking bear pennant right here, bro. And you saw that I drew it out there in the white lines. Now, what's evident about it, we started dipping to the downside. Now, you do see this big white block here, bro. That is a fair value gap on the daily, and I expected us to start dipping down there, bro. But I did notice way back here, bro. And if you look at this history over here, you see that I have another block there. If I put it on the weekly, it'll give you a little bit better explanation as to what that is. Here we are. That block here, that's a fair value gap on the weekly, man. And it looks like it's still active, and we could dive into that. Now, I'm sure you cats heard about that recent fucking tsunami warning there was, bro, in Hawaii, California, Alaska. And I think Japan got it too because of that 8.2 or 8.6 magnitude earthquake we had. And I was telling my boys, man, telling my homies, bro, like, dude, if we end up fucking getting a lot of damage from that fucking tsunami, I was kind of expecting us to dive all the way down here to this fair value gap on the weekly, or maybe this one, which would put us anywhere from 22 cents to about 20 cents. And I'm glad we didn't go there. And the reason I'm glad we didn't go there is because lives would have been lost, man, if there was a lot of damage, bro, up in Hawaii, California, or Alaska, bro. But I mean, that buying opportunity was there if bad news like that did strike the fucking news cycle. Now, one of the things that I do like to look at, and I'm sure you guys saw that, is the awesome oscillator, man. It seems that we still might be headed a little bit more dip for Sonic, because you see that we went up to this hill, we were on the positive, now we're starting to dig into the negative, man. Not till we get 3 fucking columns that are green, bro, are we going to start reversing back to the upside, if anything, bro. And one of the things I did notice about Sonic, and Charlie did mention this, dude. He did kind of mention this. If you look at the tops of Sonic, bro, if you look at all this tops, bro, they don't really last that long, bro. Look at this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we dumped, bro. Look at this one over here. This one was 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. Then we dumped. This was 1, 2, and we dumped. This one was 5. Then we dumped. Sonic does not keep a lot of uptime, bro. Now, look at this fucking recent super high that we had. Well, not super high, but one of the recent really highs that we did have, bro. Look at this shit. We were only up 1, 2, 3 days, then we dumped, bro. So just take that into account, monkeys. If you guys are holding on to Sonic, be advised, bro, that when this shit fucking pumps and you feel like you need to take screenshots of your Sonic bag, bro, maybe it's time to shave a little bit of 10% off, if anything. You know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, we could still rally to the top side, bro. I would expect this to at least beat the old Phantom highs, which was approximately, where was it at, man? Back in the day, man, we did a double top on Sonic, or it was Phantom at the time, at $3.44. I think we can easily blow past that, man. But I think once we start getting past that, homies, it's an opportunity to start taking fucking profits, if anything, monkeys. You know what I'm saying? But mind you, be aware, Sonic does this shit. And it doesn't surprise me, man. Let's look at the alligator on this bitch. And mind you, check this out. Bill Williams alligators indicating that we're still dipping to the downside. And if we activate the fractal patterns, trailing stops. The last fractal we did get was to the downside, and it's below that red line, man, which is usually an indicator that we're going to continue dumping, bro. So be ready, man. Still keep some dry powder. I could see Sonic come down here maybe to about that 28 cent level, maybe 27 cent level. If we're lucky, 26 cents, bro. We would need something of a little bit of a black swan in order to come down this low. Miguel and Charlie did say that we could go to 25 cents, bro, and it kind of makes sense. Because if we activate the Bollinger Bands on this sucker, you can see that it kind of hits the white lines on the daily, bro. Check this out. Bollinger Bands, it's like about at the end of the red line, that puts us at 26 cents, man. So we start getting close to that motherfucking white line at about 24 cents. We'll start pumping back to the upside. Again, If we get real bearish news on something major like tsunami happening, bro, then yes, we could possibly dip down lower to about 22 cents, give or take, ballpark in it. Of course, I would expect these Bollinger Bands to open up a little bit more. Let's see what the chat is saying, monkeys. Let's see. Did the odds for September rate cuts drop after Beanchip Powell's FUD? Yeah, bro. He seemed a little bit fucking hawkish, if anything, dude. His personality seemed hawkish. So I was kind of expecting that, man. I was expecting the market not to fucking permit us to get a rate cut, if anything, bro, for September. Because we were expected to get a rate cut in September, and it seems like out of spite, dude, the dude doesn't want to, bro. You know what I'm saying? All right, now let's go back to ETH. Let's see what ETH is indicating. Now, ETH, on the other hand, bro, check this out. ETH did a fabulous job, bro, running to the upside. It did a really good job, man. It finished its Elliott wave around here, and I would expect it to come down to about 33.75. Let's go ahead and take the Fibonacci tool, bro, on this motherfricker. Let's get wave 2 all the way to top to wave 3. And usually when we get wave 4 on Fibonacci, we usually come down to about 38.20%, which would put us at about 33.52. Or we could come down lower here to about the 50% level at 31.66, man. Now, Awesome Oscillators also indicating that we're dipping to the downside, man. So I'm expecting a little bit of ETH to go a little bit down, man. So if you guys want to DCA into this, man, those are 2 price zones that you may want to fucking set your limit orders at. Don't set it exactly. I would do $100, maybe $50 above. We could come down here to about ballparking at 33.49. So I would do about 33.80 as a limit order there. And then I would set another limit order here, bro, at about 31. It says 31.63. So I would do about, 31.63 is good, man. Not financial advice, by the way, monkeys. Those are areas that we could DCA because it does seem that we're panning out with this Elliott wave, if anything. Now, I wanted to show you, monkeys, something interesting on ETH. But first, let me finish this shit up here. EMA ribbon's still bullish, but we could dive into it. Bill Williams indicator is probably doing the same shit. And it's still bullish to the top side. But that doesn't mean we can't dip into it, bro. And mind you, if Bitcoin does end up dipping 10 to 15%, bro, it wouldn't surprise me if ETH retraces pretty hard, bro. And people start panicking, if anything like that, bro. But that is a buying opportunity for you and I, monkeys. Now, let me show you, cats, what I wanted to show you guys on the 4-hour chart. Now, this is ETH on the 4-hour chart. Put it here on the 4-hour. You can see that we're heading into the symmetrical triangle, bro. And you can see that this indicator right here, man, this line right here, is indicating that we have resistance to the top side, and MACD is indicating the same shit, bro. So ETH is expected to drop a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And I drew it up this way because I did get a couple points of contact here on the 4-hourly chart. Of course, we need a third one, if anything, bro, in order for this to be valid. And there would be a symmetrical triangle. Of course, the end of it would be around fucking August 8th, ballpark in it, man. Mind you, in a span of 4 hours, we are approaching that fucking vertical chart. But here on the daily, MACD is indicating the same shit, man. That we do want to start dipping red lines over the blue lines. So that's usually bearish, monkeys. And that does not surprise me, man. So it does seem ETH wants to dump a little bit, man. If you guys want to fucking back up the truck a little bit, man, so you can buy a little bit more ETH. It does seem like there's going to be an opportunity to get a little bit more, monkeys, if anything. You know what I'm saying? All right. Now, I cannot move forward without the fragrance of the day because I know I know that's the whole reason you monkeys come here to my channel, bro, because you monkeys want to fucking know what the fragrance of the day. And this is none other than Versace. Fucking Eros. This is the flame, bro. This is my favorite one from the Eros line, bro. Very spicy, man. This is one of my favorite fucking fuckboy fragrances, bro. And the opening of it smells a lot like fucking. Doesn't smell. much like any other fragrance. It's just a very spicy opening, and then it dries down to just regular Erros, bro. So it evolves more than the other Erros, bro. Now which Erros would I get? Let me get my other Erros, monkeys. Let's play a little bit of some funny shit here while we do that. ¿Dónde estamos aquí, bro?
An ordinary dinner party, the sort of occasion we all enjoy. The men are exchanging witty stories. And look at the women, aren't they pretty? Look at the way they laugh. They're delightful. But now the conversation turns to more serious matters.
I wonder if the government should return to the gold standard.
I think it should.
Good. Then we're all agreed.
But oh dear, what's this? One of the women is about to embarrass us all.
I think the government should stay off the gold standard so that the pound can reach a level that will keep our exports competitive.
The lady has foolishly attempted to join the conversation with a wild and dangerous opinion of her own. What half-baked drivel. See how the men look at her with utter contempt.
Daphne, we're going home.
Women, know your limits. Look at the effect of education on a man and a woman's mind. Education passes into the mind of a man. See how the information is evenly and tidily stored. Now see the same thing on a woman. At first we see a similar result. But now look, still at a reasonably low level of education, her brain suddenly overloads. She cannot take in complicated information. She becomes frantically and absurdly deranged. Look at these venomous harridans. They went to university. Hard to believe they're all under 25. Yes, overeducation leads to ugliness, premature aging, and beard growth.
Hope you monkeys enjoyed that, bro. And mind you, I didn't show you the memes today, cats. But here's my Erros lineup, bro. This is the OG Versace Erros. This is an EDT, man. And then we have the EDP. And they don't look much different. Let me see if I can get some light on for you monkeys so you guys can see it, bro. This is not an adjustable camera, so. So this is the original Versace Erros, man. They say that it's an immature fragrance. You can see it just says Erros at the bottom. And then this is the EDP, bro. I can't really make out the letters. It says Versace Erros Eau de Parfum. They say this is the more mature one, bro, but I really like this one a lot better, man. It smells a lot better. And then there was also the Versace Erros Energy. So this one's not bad, believe it or not, man. It smells a lot like fucking Aventus, bro. But it evolves different. It opens like Aventus, but it smells a little bit different. And then as of recent, they released, I think it was called Najif. It's a recent one. When I was in Colombia, I did see it out there. We can't have it here in Texas, man. So you can get it on Amazon, but it's still $175, man. I'm gonna wait for the price to come down. Besides, it's an Erros line fragrance, bro. I'm not gonna pay $175 for that, man. You know what I'm saying? Monterey Alien Billion. Multiple YouTube live BlackRock and Tate live asking for scan QR code and send crypto. Why? I don't understand your statement, man. You're referring to people or people putting up videos so you could send them an ETH and they send you 3. Yeah, don't trust that bullshit, man. They're fucking with you, bro. So yeah, that's a Versace Erros lineup that I do have, monkeys. But let us move forward. Let's see what we got on motherfucking Hex. Stop screen. And this is currently the Hex chart. Let me get my ugly face out of here, monkeys. You guys can see this clearly. And this is on Deck Screener, of course. There you go, monkeys. That's a full chart of frickin' Hex, bro. Now, Hex's current value is at about, what, 1 penny? and 17% of a penny. You can see that we did end up having, let me go ahead and zoom in so you monkeys can see a little bit better. You can see that we ended up having a little bit of a head and shoulders, man. We dumped to the downside and we got this bear flag. So when that happened, I was going to end up shorting Hex, man, because, dude, it was evident that there was going to be a fucking dump on it. So I went to its history and I was like, dude, where could Hex go, bro? And I was looking way at the bottom at about 36% of a penny and 30% of a penny, bro. And I was going to short the fuck out of it, bro, on the FAME website. But I fucking fell asleep, bro. And I'm glad I didn't. And I'm assuming it was either Richard Hart, bro, or one of his whale buddies, bro. They pumped up the fucking market. So this pattern wouldn't end up playing out, man, because that was straight up fucking whale games, dude. And you can see that here on the Awesome Oscillator, bro, we're still pumping to the upside. But it could be that we're getting overheated, if anything, man. We did pump up all the way over here. Let's see which day of the 60-day cycle we're on. If my count is correct, because this is a weird-ass fucking cycle we just finished, bro. We should be at about day number 56, dude. So it could be that the Hex cycle high could be in here on day 54. Now let's check to see, man, if we've got a little bit of an Elliott wave cycle going on here. It could be that we're starting, dude, wow. This would be a hell of an Elliott wave, bro. If this is the beginning of Elliott wave 1, and then we come back halfway down, pump up, come back down, and then pump up again. 3 would be a little bit higher. And of course, this is guesstimation, cats. And then 5 would be even higher, bro. And of course, if that ends up happening, dude, we would end up beating out our fucking launch our highest price, which is about 4 cents, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that's not outside of the realm of possibilities, monkey. Now, that's just guesstimation. We still need to go into dip number 2 in order to start considering this as a possible Elliott wave. And then I would have to backtrack here, see which fair value gaps I see on the weekly. But let's look at Bollinger Bands, bro. I don't think I have it here. Let's put the Bollinger Bands on, bro. As you can see, we're pushing really hard, man, on that top Bollinger Band, bro. So, of course, hence why we're starting to retrace back a little bit, dude. Let me bring back this portion of the chart. If you were to drop about $1,000 on Hex right now, you would get about 84,000 Hex, bro. 84,745, almost 85,000 Hex, dude. And from my understanding, a lot of people are fucking starting to ape into fucking the RH ecosystem as of late, from what I'm seeing. You know what I'm saying? And I don't blame them, bro. I do know that one of the tokens that's doing really good here in the Hex ecosystem is motherfucking PTGC, the Grays, if anything, man. Let's see where that token's at. I don't think I have it here. There it is. And this one's been doing really great, bro. It's probably the best performer out of all the altcoins within the fucking Hex ecosystem, bro. Look at this shit. And it seems like it's running on 20-day cycles, if anything, man. Currently, we're at about day 17, bro. Now, let's look at this shit. It could be, oh, wow, bro. I think we already have an Elliott wave pattern forming on fucking PTGC, bro. Check this out. Coming up here, pushing down this way, all the way up here. Try it again. So from the bottom here to here, we're possibly already on wave 3, and that's why we're experiencing this little bit of a pullback. And then we could end up going up over here into wave 5, bro. But that's what I'm seeing here on PTGC, bro. And it wouldn't surprise me that wave 5 comes all the way up over here, bro, to about, what, 13% of a penny, if anything. Right now, if you were to drop about $100, of course, this is a tax token. I don't own any myself. You'd get about 1,332,415 tokens, give or take. And this one's been doing better than all the other tokens. And I'm assuming it's been doing better because it's one of the tax tokens out there. I know there's a lot of PTGC fanboys, bro, within fucking the RH ecosystem. and within fucking the Moon Gang's fucking group, because I know Charlie and Miguel have been shilling it a lot, bro. It is a hell of a token, monkeys. It is definitely a hell of a token. So that pretty much covers the day from monkeys. I'll try to be back here Sunday. I'm gonna talk to Twinkster, see if he wants to do some tacos and kimchi. That way we can keep your monkeys' bellies full, bro. And see where it fucking comes from there. See what extra knowledge we can give to you cats, man. So, yeah, man. I will catch you monkeys on the flip side.